That is the goal. That is the goal. Oh my gosh, my guests are so early. I love this. Hooray. We're going to wait for a few more people to come in, and then we are going to start the show. I sent my blast. Let me turn my gifts off because somebody always likes to send me a loud gift. Boom. Yay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Self Care Sundays. Welcome to Self Care Sundays. You know what? We won't do any steam today. We won't do any steam today. Hello. I'll send you the loudest gift in the world. Please do it. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Wow, you guys are coming in slow. My goodness. Few more minutes, few more minutes, few more minutes, few more minutes. Welcome to Self Care Sundays. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for pushing my hearts. I appreciate it. I have bags. I haven't been sleeping really well. That's the problem. Welcome to Self Care Sundays, guys. We're gonna get started since it's already 12:05. Thank you guys for being here. Yet another Sunday. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, welcome to Self Care Sundays. I am your host, Twix, also known as Tantric, also known as Tantric Lover, also known as Tantwix, also known as, yeah, they go on and on and on. The AKAs go on and on and on, and no matter what it is, AKA, we will be soon known as Own Your Own Glow with Tantric, soon to be featured. So I'm super excited about that. Here on Self Care Sundays, we do a skincare / self-care / love / high vibrational stream where we talk about all things self-love and self-care. So welcome. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Please make sure to hit me with a favorite. Keep it cute in the comments. And yeah, we're going to start. So what is self-care for me? Self-care for me is my skincare regimen, and I do that faithfully once a week. I'm going to start doing it more often, but I do it faithfully like every week. And I do a full regimen. I don't just wash my face and put lotion on it. No, we do a whole skincare breakdown. We talk about skincare. We talk about the different products I use. You can find those products if you add me, favorite me. You will find my Instagram on my bio. You can also hit that with a favorite, and then you will see my Amazon storefront. Most of the products and tools I use here today can be found on my Amazon storefront if you're interested in any of the stuff I use. Now, we get kind of into it a little bit because I am obsessed with my skin. We were talking about it earlier. I want to age gracefully. So I'm really, really obsessed with my skin. A lot of times people, as we grow old, we don't really care. We just wash our face and make sure it's clean. And we don't really care about like our skin, and people don't know about a lot of different things that you can fix, like bags, like lines and aging, signs of lines and aging and things like that. So we talk about a lot of that stuff here on self-care. That is what I love to talk about. I love talking about skincare, hair care, nail care. Excuse my nails. I've been moving, so I look crazy right now. But so that's what I like to do personally. So as I bring my guests onto my show today, I will be talking about and going through my skin regimen. So if you see me with a crazy mask on, that is what is going on. Um, so before I bring my two amazing guests who showed up on time, we love to see it. Before I introduce my two guests, we will go over what my skincare regimen looks like today. So today I actually have, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. If you're not just pulling in, this is Self Care Sundays with me, Twix. I'm about to go over my skincare regimen really quick that I'll be doing today. So I kind of wanted to do something kind of quick and easy and light because I'm going to a ugly sweater party later, so I will be probably putting on some makeup. So I didn't want to do anything too crazy because you're not really supposed to use a bunch of products on your face to then put makeup on, because makeup clogs your pores and you want your pores open and you know, just absorbing all that nutrients that you've just done on your skin. So before I started my show, I washed my face with my Manuka Honey Elixir. It's by Belinda. It's a face cleansing foam. It's a really good daily wash, daily cleanser. I added a little bit of coffee, instant coffee into that to kind of make it into a scrub. I forgot that I don't know, my mind wasn't working right. I really don't typically do 2 scrubs in a row, but I definitely did that. So, but I will still be doing a deep pore cleanser, which is also a scrub. But this is a great daily facial wash. It has Manuka honey. I actually went to Aldi's and got some locally grown Manuka honey, and I'm going to be wearing a Manuka honey and turmeric mask later, so I'm super excited about that. So after that, after my face is clean, right, with the facial wash, now I'm gonna go in with my Modern Seed turmeric and vitamin C face scrub. I decided to keep the theme of this skincare regimen, turmeric and honey. So everything I'm going to be pretty much using is going to have turmeric and honey in it. So I kind of what I decided that I wanted to do was not have to wear a lot of makeup. I think I'm just going to probably put a little concealer on, do my eyes, but I don't want to have to put on a lot of makeup. So I want my face to look like it's already got makeup on. So that means I have to strip my skin and just kind of put all this turmeric and stuff on to kind of brighten the skin that's left. So after that, I'm gonna do my first peel off mask. It is a Too Cool for School Pumpkin Purifying 24K mask. I love this mask. It also has turmeric in it. It's great. It's a peel off mask, so it's gonna remove all of that dead skin. And then I made my own mask today. I made it. It's a turmeric, Manuka honey, and olive oil mask. It's really, really simple. It has those 3 ingredients. Be careful when using turmeric, guys, though, because I have heard, obviously I don't know this, but I have heard that turmeric is staining. So it does have a staining agent, obviously, in it. If you wear a turmeric mask and you have a lighter skin complexion, there is a possibility of leaving a stain on your skin. So be very, very cautious and careful when using turmeric, because I don't want you to be like, oh, I tried to make the same mask you did, Tantric, and now I have yellow skin. I'm sorry. So be very careful when using turmeric. It can stain the skin, okay? But I've heard that if you put olive oil, the olive oil has a way of creating a base so it doesn't stain your skin, but I know that people have had those issues. You guys, if you're not just tuning in, this is Self Care Sundays with me, Twix. I just went over my skincare regimen. After the turmeric and honey mask, I will just be ending my skincare with a little bit of toner. Right now I'm using Dickerson's Original Witch Hazel 4-in-1 brightening toner. So I'm going to end it with a little toner and some serums. I'm keeping it very light today, like I said, because I have an event to go to later. So I'm going to be ending it with my Teami Superfood Moisturizer and Ellen Tracy Collagen and Hyaluronic Acid Sleep Mask, and just kind of closing and locking all of those nutrients into my skin. And then the tools that I'll be using, you guys know I am obsessed with gua sharing. Gua sharing is being able to contour and tone your face. This tool right here is game changing. I love this tool. It is called a gua sha. It's allowing me to restructure my face and keep my face from creating any kind of double neck, double chin. I get to keep my cheekbones really sharp, and it also helps with aging and any kind of lines on your forehead and cheeks. And then you guys know also that I love my Jade Roller. It's one of the best tools I have. It allows for me to really push a lot of those serums into my skin. And of course, my ultrasonic sound scrubber. This thing is incredible. I use it with my deep pore cleanser. It goes in there and kind of gets all of that like grunge and stuff out. I'm actually going to be updating this tool. I have 2 new tools coming. I'm super excited. And it kind of just adds to like being able to lift up that second layer of first layer of dead skin, and just get all of that dirt and grime out of your pores. With all of that being said, I am going to request any one of my guests, if you guys are ready, you guys can request the box. I'm going to be starting my skincare now. So we're going to just dive right on in. And if you guys are ready, you guys can request a box. If only people who are supposed to be on my show can request the box. This is not an open forum for anyone to request the box right now. You only scheduled guests are allowed to be on my request the box. Oh, hello, hello.
Oh,
Hi, Sunday. How are you?
good. How are you? You look absolutely beautiful. I must
Oh,
tell
thank
you.
you. Thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate that.
welcome. You got
How's
it.
your Sunday going?
I'm working. It's great.
Oh, you're working? Oh, I didn't know. Emoji.
It's okay. No, 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 no. I volunteer. It's a quiet day, so no worries.
Okay. So we're gonna dive right on in since you are working. I don't want to keep you long. So tell me what is your self-care? What is something that you like to do for yourself once a week, once a month, as much as you can?
Well, I'm diabetic, so I focus a lot on um, the rest of my body as far as skin care goes, because that's really critical and important. So I try to make sure that all of my extremities are moist. I just started doing face things. I use a red laser mask,
Oh, nice.
which I just got, and I haven't only done it about a week, and that's only a couple times a week. I want to overdo it. I do a lot of internal. I take a lot of supplements. I do balance of
Okay.
nature, things
Hold
like
on, hold
that
on,
that
hold on,
try
hold
and
on.
help.
Let's break it down a little bit. Okay, so you made a
It's
comment that I kind of want to unpack really quickly. You said that you're diabetic and so that you need to keep your body moist. What does that mean exactly?
Well, I need to keep. I can't let my skin dry out, my feet and my hands, because
Okay.
if they get really dry, they can bleed, and if I don't notice, especially my feet, I can get an infection that if I don't pay attention to, I can lose, toes and feet. I've lost
Whoa.
I
So
lost two toes.
you've lost two toes?
Yeah, not for that reason, but for I had just an infection. I had a cut, and I cleaned it. I thought I did, but a few days later, it got really infected, and then 4 days after that, it was black, so they had to come off. So I
Whoa.
take I take that very seriously now with my hands and my feet, especially. And
Wow.
as I'm 57, I'm starting to think I might want to take care of my face a little bit better, also. Hence the
Wow.
supplements, and hence the mask, and exfoliating and things like that. That I'm a guy, so I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you women out there, but I'm trying. And
That's
that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come on here, because it's definitely out of my comfort zone. But I thought I need to learn, and I'm never too old to learn, so that's why I'm here.
Oh, well, you said so many amazing things. You guys, if you're not just joining, this is Self Care Sundays with me, Twix. I have Storm Chaser in the box. So you've said so many amazing things, and I'm not sure what is going on. And I just kind of want to like unpack some of the things that you've said. Wellness is so important. I mean, the fact that you're an you have diabetes 1 or 2.
Type 2.
Okay, so he has type 2 diabetes. People don't understand that a lot of times this chronic disease really affects you. And I've never heard of someone having, I understand you had an infection, right? But I've never heard of someone having to actually, like in real life, you hear these stories, but actually having to cut off any part of extremity because it died,
Yeah,
right? And
exactly.
so people
Yeah.
don't realize how important it is to nurture yourself, nurture the skin, make sure you take care of yourself. So are you starting to find like your skin on your face is dying? Is that why you're starting to like keep
Well,
yourself?
I'm trying to do that for many reasons, to stay relatively younger looking, and
Uh-huh.
to make sure that nothing happens. But the face is usually the last thing that's affected by diabetes, thankfully, except for the eyes. The eyes are always an issue, but
That's crazy. So tell me like what you've tried to do, because a lot of people don't understand that, especially with like things like chronic disease, like a lot of people are suffering from diabetes, right?
yes,
So
it's an epidemic.
with your journey having diabetes, like what are some of the things that you've had to really like take serious?
Well, keeping my diet in control is the most critical thing. And seeing the doctor, again, with the supplements, there's a lot of, I like holistic medicine as well I'm trying to get off of insulin ultimately.
Right.
And that just comes with diet and exercise and so on. And I can't stress enough how critical that is. Just, don't overdo it. Don't eat garbage. Don't treat your body like it's going to last a while, because
Right.
when you're getting to be my age and things are failing, you don't want to be in my position.
Right. And that's the thing. A lot of times we think we're gonna be young forever, and that we're not gonna grow old and age. And as we age, things start to fall apart. So that's so important. And thank you so much for sharing that, because I know you have to be really vulnerable to share things like that. And so I
If I
appreciate
can
you.
help somebody not go through what I've gone through, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, I appreciate you stepping out of your comfort zone. This is something that someone, it could be helping someone somewhere, because like I said, diabetes is not something that a lot of people, especially here in America, face diabetes, whether it's type 1 or type 2. So,
Right, and it just leads to so many other problems too. It's very, very, what's the word, insidious. It's very kind of quietly destroys you.
interesting. So, you guys, if you're not just joining this, I have Storm Chaser in my box. This is Self Care Sundays with me, your host, Twix. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the comments. I appreciate you. So tell me, what other things have you done, that you show yourself self care, like dealing with your diabetes? Like, what are other things that you do besides the supplements, besides the skincare regimen, to like show yourself some self love and kind of like bring you to a higher vibration?
I try to meditate. I do read scripture, and that's critically important for me personally. But any kind of meditation, any kind of transcendent therapy can help you as it get you closer to creator, whoever you think that may be. I find that really, really comforting. So that's one of the things I do.
So, what form of meditation do you indulge in?
When I just read scripture, and then after I'm done reading scripture, I kind of sit silently for 10 to 15 minutes and just let him in, and just be quiet in the face of God, and he'll reveal himself. That's kind of how I look at it.
What kind of feeling do you have when you do that? For me, when I meditate, like it's almost like a lifting of like of a heaviness, right?
Yes,
What?
exactly. I would describe that exactly the same way. It's you're lifted up, the weight's lifted off of you, and you find peace.
Nice. I love that. I love when people talk about meditation. One of my guests came in on my show before and basically said that her form of meditation is actually meditating right as soon as she wakes up, instead of like jumping to her phone or jumping up to like use the bathroom or anything like that. She brings herself to like a point of like just gratitude and just being grateful for like waking up. She doesn't touch her phone for at least 10 to 15 minutes before like when she, before she starts her day. And I love that, and I've actually been practicing that. Like
That's a really, really neat technique. I would love to start doing that.
it's really actually changed me. Like I don't like to I used to immediately wake up and kind of start my day, and then when it's bad, it's like, oh, now my day's ruined. Now when I do that, I can bounce back from anything, even if it's bad news or bad, like a bad energy. It's easier to bounce back from it because I didn't immediately start my day, kind of with that the information. So it's really worked for me. And so when different people tell me about forms of meditation, I'm so curious as to like, what do you do and what does it do for you? Because I love meditation. I'm actually going to go sound bathing this week, which is another form of meditation that I like to do. So
Nice.
tell me, how, as I'm assuming, are you a dad, Storm Chaser?
Yes, I am.
So, as a dad, what are some forms of self care that you like to do that maybe include your children or that your children have taught you? Because the one thing I've been trying to break as a myth in my stream is that self care and different forms of self-care are for men as well as like dads, busy dads, and stuff like that. So tell me, is there something that you like to do as a dad, or maybe that you has helped you as a dad?
One of the things I do, and this may be a little off track, is my daughter is 18 and she suffers from anxiety terribly. And when I'm with her and she has an anxiety attack, I try to show her peace. I try to just, normally I would react. Growing up, I would react to it, and she'd get negative, I get negative, and that would be counterproductive. Now it's just, I'm just trying to be silent and let it all play out and show her, kind of model the behavior that she's trying to work towards.
I love that.
That seems to help. And that's something I didn't learn. I didn't do when I was in the house. I'm divorced, so we were divorced when she was 14. So it's been a while since I've been in the house. So I didn't learn that then. I had to learn that after, and that would have helped me in my marriage too, I think. But because they were both
Then you
anxious.
learn.
Yeah,
You,
but now
hmm? Go ahead.
now it's just I'm going to use that in my next relationship, whenever that is.
Oh, I love that. Listen, you live and you learn. And like I said, there's no bad experiences, just lessons learned.
Right.
So, but I love that you are becoming like a focal point. I was just actually talking about that right before I started my stream. Like, I'm also a daddy's girl, and he also has a way of calming a lot of my anxiety when I have it, and so I think that the bond between daddy and daughter is great. And the fact that you're trying to fix it, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, it's a different relationship now, and I'm grateful for that.
That's good. You guys, if you're not just tuning in, this is Self Care Sundays with me, Twix. I have Storm Chaser in the box. Storm Chaser, are you a streamer? You guys, if you have not favorited Storm Chaser, make sure you do that right now. Are you a
I am
streamer?
a
What do you got going
streamer.
on?
I do it intermittently on my own, but I do a lot of Emoji J likes to put me in different shows, and I actually love it because it gives me a lot of experience over the app. I've only been doing streaming for maybe 3 or 4 months, but I've been on the app for about a year. I started on Tic Tac Trivia, which is one of the shows he admins with Lux, and that's where I've met a lot of people, and I've been able, excuse me, to go to different shows here and there. And that's kind of more of a hype person than I am a streamer. I stream just, I'll listen to music and I'll go live and do that kind of thing, but I don't have anything structured right now. There's some ideas.
Nice.
A lot of people are throwing different ideas of things I can do, and we'll see what happens.
Nice. I love that. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much for sharing all that you've shared with us. Thank you. I've learned something new today, when um, with you sharing about your diabetic journey and everything that you've gone through. And honestly, I like whenever people tell me things like about their current health status, it really takes into consideration like all the things that we have to do, right? And I just told my best friend earlier, like, you need to start now, right? To avoid all of these chronic diseases and all
Yeah,
that stuff. You need to start
that's
doing those things
definitely.
now because, sometimes when you start to notice it, it might be too late or you're already kind of in it. So I really appreciate you and I hope you have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you for having me in. I'm looking forward to seeing your show every week on Sunday and learn more about what I can do for my old face here.
Absolutely. We love to see, yes, definitely. Like I said, a lot of the products I use can be used by both men and women. Whenever I'm in a relationship, I use all these same products I use on my face, on the person I'm dating, because they're typically, most of these products are safe. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, esthetician, dermatologist, so make sure that you definitely go get advice from your doctor and or esthetician. But the products I use are sold over the counter. They're very safe, so they're not, unless you have a specific allergic reaction to maybe pumpkin or
Right.
orange or stuff like grapefruit, stuff like that, they're not gonna like break
I
you out.
recommend the laser mask. It seems to be doing well. I like it.
The LED mask that you were
Yeah,
talking about, or the
yeah,
red light mask,
yeah.
yes, I'm actually getting a LED red light mask, so I love that for you. But thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you later.
Well,
You guys,
thanks
this
for
is
having me.
absolutely. Thank you. You guys, this is Self-Care Sundays with me, Twix. This is Storm Chaser in the box. He was just a guest on my show. Please do not request my box if you are not a guest on my show. Thank you so much. Also, right now, I heard someone asking, I saw someone asking in the comments, I have a pumpkin purifying 24K mask. It's by Too Cool for School. It is a peel off mask, so I'm currently waiting for it to dry, and then I can peel it off, and you can see how good it is. If I don't let it dry, I won't get a good peel, and it's all about a good peel over here, guys. I think my next guest is here. She is. Yay. Let's get my next guest in the box.
Hey.
Hi, good afternoon. Happy Sunday. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Yes, White Wabbit.
Is what I go by.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. So we're gonna dive right in because we already know what the show is. You came yesterday and tried to get the whole rundown. So we're gonna jump right in. Tell me what you like to do to show yourself some self-care from time to time.
So for me, I have 2 mental disorders that I struggle with. So it's very needed that I stay on a strict routine with my days. So I I have the 3 days of a week that I work, and then my other days I use for self-care, and I'll plan out Mondays I'll do, thank you. Mondays I do shadow work and journaling, and I have 3 different books that I work in. And then Tuesdays I do couples therapy workbook with my boyfriend, so we work on that together just to help our mental state. And yeah,
I love that. Yeah, let's unpack that a little bit. So you said that on Mondays you do shadow work. What is shadow work?
so it's inner child work, and it's working with the childhood trauma that you dealt with.
And you do that by yourself, or you do that in therapy?
I have a workbook that I do by myself.
Oh, you have a workbook?
Yeah.
Interesting. So who's the book by?
It's Luna Blackwood.
So the workbook allows you to explain to me. I want to know what shadow. I've never heard of shadow working before.
The first 3 chapters of the book, this book, because there's other books that are just workbooks, but the first 3 chapters of this book take you through what shadow work is and explain it to you. And it's basically just helping your inner child and helping that child part of you that wants to be able, that got abused or neglected or anything when you were younger, and you have that trauma that stays with you. And so it's basically just working on that and going through that and being able to heal yourself.
And you do this every week?
Yeah.
And is there a reason why you do this every week? It's a form of therapy or something?
I have BPD, and so yeah, it's my form of therapy. And but BPD is borderline personality disorder. So it's and you basically get that if I watched a video last night that explained it really well. It's narcissistic, if you have narcissistic parents, more than likely you'll end up with BPD, because it's that relationship is what triggers that.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm assuming you have some childhood trauma, so that's what you're trying to work through with your shadow working.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. So you said that on Wednesdays you do couples therapy. Let's talk about that.
We have a couples therapy workbook that just talks about our entire week and things that we can help support each other with, things that we liked over the week, things that we think should have been different that happened over the week, and it just brings us through our entire week.
And how long have you been with your boyfriend?
We've been together for the 20th will be our 1.5 years.
Oh, nice. I love that. It's funny because people think that therapy is only for when things are going bad. And I actually learned through my Self-Care Sunday show that therapy is actually, it's like lubrication, right? Some people like it to journey with them along the way. So it's not that I don't want to go to therapy with you because things are bad, but I want to go to therapy with you because I want to make sure things don't go bad, right? And I love that you incorporate that into your life. That's so interesting. I've never heard of shadow work, and whenever I've never heard of something, I'm very interested. So I want you to know that I'm asking questions because I want to know more. Um, but let's talk about something else. So you said that you also like to dedicate your life and your week to self-care. What forms of self-care do you indulge in?
I work. I go to church. And I like I'm very spiritual. So I'll pray and like I'll do like other things like reading my Bible. I listen to a lot of music that like is Christian because that's where like my thing is. Like music is my thing, is like my healing thing. Another thing that I do that's like I feel like it calms me when I'm like trying like going through stuff is henna. I'll just sit there and like do henna tattoos. I actually did one while I was watching Storm Chaser, so it's on my arm.
I love that. Let's see. Oh wow. You're really talented. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. If you guys are just now tuning in, this is Self Care Sundays with me, Twix. I have White Rabbit in the box, talking about all different forms of self care. So I want to before we get to the henna, because I would definitely want to talk about the henna. Let's talk about your faith. So you said are you religious or are you spiritual?
I'm a Christian.
Okay, so you're Christian. How has your religion really helped with like your self care and with your life?
So like it was a struggle at first. It was definitely a struggle because I felt like if he was real, like why would all of the stuff that had happened happen? But then I look at it and it's like I am a stronger person now than I was like even a year ago. And I feel like I can handle a lot more and I can like be able to go through stuff with knowing that he's there and like he has my back.
I love that. That's awesome. That's really dope. A lot of people don't associate like religion or like any form of religion to self care, but I've been told, and like I said, through the duration of my show, so many people have talked about their religious background as being what they turn to when they need comfort. And so if that's what, especially you said that you deal with different mental illnesses, having that is good to have some kind of thing, some kind of structure that you can turn to when you need to, when things are not looking so good. So I love that. So how do you interact with your Lord? Is it like more, what kind of meditation do you do? Is it like prayer? Is it reading scripture? Like what is it that you do?
So if I could go off topic really second and then come back and like it'll answer the question. We each person has this thing called the window of tolerance. And it's like where you're regulated and where you're happy and you're calm, and you can either be angry like, and that's hyper dysregulation, or you can be hypo, which is like upset and sad and stuff like that. So either of those, I with BPD shoot up like a normal person would shoot up like to a 1 or 2 if they get upset. I shoot up all the way to a 10 every time.
Okay. Every time you get upset.
Yeah, anytime I get upset. So it's like for me, I need to like bring that back down to like as fast as I can, and I like but like slowly.
Okay.
At the same time, like I need to go like step by step, like down the ladder, because of BPD, and so I start with like and something that regulates you a lot is singing. It like regulates the vocal cords and like. So I'll start with that and I'll like just worship and spend time by myself, just worshiping. And then I have this safe place meditation that I do where I like take 5 deep breaths and then I imagine myself walking through my cabin that I used to go to when I was younger.
Wow. 5 deep breaths. Interesting. Okay. Slow or fast?
Slow. 5 slow deep breaths, and then you imagine yourself walking through whatever place you feel is the most safest to you. For me, it's my cabin.
Okay.
Because that's where I have like all of my happy memories.
So you sing first, and then you do the breathe work, and then you do the meditation, and then what's next?
I'll feel, for the most part, I'll feel like kind of calm, and then I'll journal about like what just happened and like what I experienced, why it happened, why I got triggered, so that next time that like I am triggered like that, I can know what steps to follow.
Interesting. So how has your BPD affected your relationship? Like, because I'm sure you get triggered by him all the time. I mean, men are annoying.
So in relationships, or like even not like romantic relationships, but relationships with anybody, you either see them all good when you have BPD or all bad, like in extremes. Like there's no in between. There's no gray area for BPD.
Okay.
So when I flip out and something happens, I go to a 10 every time, and it's just a really bad argument. And like what we've been doing is he'll like hold my cheek and just sit there and let me calm down for a little bit and not like ask me to talk, so that like I can actually just sit there and breathe and calm down while I'm.
Wow, that's dope. That's really dope. I've never interacted with someone who had BPD, honestly. So, but I've seen it happen in like in public. Like one time I saw it happen at the grocery store, and I didn't understand until someone said it, and I was like, oh, okay, um and so that's interesting. And different forms of meditation, like especially fast acting, because I throw tantrums. They call me temper tantric over here. So and the reason I'm talking like this is because the mask is getting harder. But I throw tantrums, and so I always wonder, because when I get pissed off, it's really hard for me to turn around and like be unpissed. It takes a while for me to do that, actually, especially as a streamer. I've always wanted like to come up with tips to help me with like, okay, I'm irritated now. How do I unirritate myself, quickly? So that's interesting. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try your routine and see how that works for me.
That, and then for me, tapping also really helps.
I don't like tapping because I shake my leg a lot, and I'm trying to stop doing that. So I don't know if tapping will be for me. Anyways, you guys, sorry, I got caught up. Welcome to Self Care Sundays with me, Tantric. I have, yes, White Rabbit in the box. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everything that you've shared with us. Both of my guests have been very extremely vulnerable today, and I love when you guys are vulnerable and you can feel comfortable sharing things about yourself that you normally wouldn't probably say. I have a peel off mask that I think is dry enough for me to peel off because it's super tight on my face. Um, and I appreciate you sharing all of the things with you. If you guys haven't not hit Wes White Rabbit, your name is so long. If you haven't hit Yes White Rabbit with a favorite, please hit her with a favorite now. Tell me one last thing that you like to do, because you have such a beautiful, structured, chaotic life. Tell me what else you like to do to show yourself some self-love. Something that you do. Oh, you said henna. Tell me, is that what you like to do creatively for yourself?
Yeah, I have my whole leg kind of tattooed right now.
Really?
Like,
Can we see?
yeah. Let me.
Oh, wow. So you just draw on yourself, basically. You are really good.
And then I have my little animals on this side.
Oh, wow. Wow. So what does drawing do for you? What kind of feeling or euphoria do you get from drawing?
It's just
Specifically henna.
like I use stencils. I have a whole stencil kit. And then I have like the paste for henna that like goes on it. And then like it lasts like a week to 2 weeks.
It does?
Yeah.
So are you gonna become like a henna artist, or this is just something you do for yourself?
I want to become a henna artist, yeah, or an actual tattoo artist.
Oh, really? Nice. Yeah, you're really good. You should definitely do it. You're really, really good. Yeah, I love that. Um, so tell me, what are you a full-time streamer, or do you have events going on in your stream right now?
So I don't currently have any events going on except my show, which should be featured by the end of the year.
Everybody's getting a feature show. Hooray! Hooray, hooray. Tell us about your featured show.
He told me it was approved and I was like ecstatic. But so
I know the road to feature is so long and tedious. Trust me, I'm still waiting on mine.
yeah, the like sending him videos, having to change everything, just like it was a lot. But so basically it's a trivia show. I do 6 categories. Each person picks one category. So that's 3 categories, and then I have my admin do a category, which is called Goob's Choice, because I have King Goober as my admin.
Okay.
And I also have Emoji J as my other admin. He's dope. He's been my admin since like day 1.
Shout out to the best admin on the app, Emoji J.
But it's so I have little bunnies that hop to the top in like little squares of each question answered right.
Okay.
Because my name's Wabbit, so it goes along with, and then the background is like a cute bunny themed.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So it's a trivia show about what?
I just do random categories every week. So
Okay.
So,
I love a good trivia. I'm so bad at trivia.
if you
I'm
were
so
on
bad
that
at it.
category, if you were on the show, like if I had you on my show, I would have you pick whatever thing you think you're good at, so that and that would be your category, so that you would be able to run that category. And
Well, I definitely said I would be on your show, so I'm looking forward to it. But I'm terrible at trivia. I'm so bad. I will definitely not win. But
people have fun on it all the time. But then your comments can also, if you bring people, they can also help you out.
You did say that. Excuse me. Well, I appreciate you so much for being here this Sunday. You guys, if you have not hit White Wabbit with a favorite, please hit her with a favorite right now. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your story with us. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Thank you. You guys, this is Self-Care Sundays. I am not sick. This is Self-Care Sundays with me, Twix. I had 2 amazing guests. If you guys were not here for it, you missed out for sure. I had Storm Chaser. I had Storm Chaser here, and I also had White Rabbit in the box. They were both amazing and shared about their story. What am I putting on my face right now? It's honey, baby, but it's turmeric, manuka, and olive oil. This cough will not leave me alone. I am so annoyed. And I just finished with my pumpkin peel-off mask. How much does she charge for henna? I don't know. Hit her up. Hopefully you faved her. Fave her and go to her stream, and you can ask her there, and she can let you know. But make sure that if you do use any turmeric products that you are safe with it, because turmeric has a staining option. But when I tell you, my skin will look absolutely fantastic after I use this mask. This mask is amazing. It truly leaves you with a beautiful glow. You guys, I appreciate you for coming to Self-Care Sundays each and every Sunday. It's so amazing to have you here. Even if you don't say anything, I know you are sending love. I appreciate all the comments, all the gifts. Shout out to the top 3 gifters of the stream. They're free while I'm practicing. Ooh, get into it. Shout out to the top 3 gifters of my stream. Shout out to, these are new beautiful faces. Shout out to Storm Chaser. Shout out to CC, and shout out to Kay. Please hit them with a favorite. Thank you to my amazing admin. If you would like to be a guest on my show, please hit me up, hit Jazzy Got Options or Emoji J up, and we would put you as a guest on the show. Shout out to my 2 amazing guests that I had today. Thank you guys so much for being here on time and sharing your beautiful stories with us. We really, really appreciate you. And I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day. We actually ended a lot earlier than normal, but it's also because I wanted to make sure I got my guests in and out. I know that Storm Chaser was busy at work, so I didn't want to keep him too long. So we're just going to finish off this mask. And if you have any questions, I was actually told last week that I need to actually create time for questions, because a lot of people apparently have questions, and I just end my show and I don't allow the stream to ask questions. But I feel like a lot of times you guys ask questions as the show is going along, and I typically answer most of those questions. But we will have a moment for questions and answers. If you guys have any questions that you would like to ask, or for me, ask my guests, please feel free to say them here. You can also DM me if you're not comfortable saying it in the stream. Oh no, it's leaking. It's leaking. No questions? No? No? What are you putting on? It is a honey and turmeric mask and has too much olive oil. That's why it's leaking everywhere. Ugh. But yes, that's what I have on. Yes, I did make it myself. I did make it myself. Yeah. I just got some Manuka honey. Apparently Manuka is the top shelf of honey. This self-care guru I follow on Instagram, she cannot stop speaking about Manuka. Manuka. I was like, all right. And then I finally found some Manuka. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Doesn't taste that good though. So it should look like this. This is what it looks like. Manuka. I tried to taste it earlier. I don't really like it. And I love honey. But yeah, Manuka. Hey, Nicole. I love Manuka. I love any kind of honey, but Manuka, it's not that good. But yeah, so anyways, I mixed turmeric in it, but you have to be careful. If you have fair skin, again, warning, if you have fair skin, be careful using turmeric because it is a staining agent and it can cause you to have yellow skin. And it's going to be uncomfortable for you. And don't come crying to me and say, hey, the mask you told me to wear, I didn't tell you to wear it. I wore it. I wore it. I did not tell you to wear it. No, that's not true. That's not true. There are a lot of people who have used turmeric who they probably didn't I always tell people to make sure they put enough oil, enough olive oil, but I have known people whose turmeric has stained their skin. I don't know why, but yeah, so then not everybody can use turmeric. Yeah, it has honey, turmeric, and olive oil in it. It's very simple, but very, 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 very good. Like, very good. As long as you have to be able to keep it on for like 10 minutes, but as you can see, it's dripping everywhere, but it's very good. If you can keep it on, like, oh my God, this is one of my best masks. Part of the reason I'm wearing this mask is because I'm going to a party later, and I don't want to have to wear makeup. So this actually has the ability to give you like skin that glows so well that you like don't even have to wear makeup. So we'll see if it works. We'll see. But yeah, Manuka honey. Get into it, honey. Thank you. But yes, anyways, you guys, I love Self-Care Sundays. Make sure that you take the time to do self-care for yourself. Because if you don't, who will, right? You have to love yourself first. You should use raspberries for your lips. Yeah? Are raspberries staining? So I've actually started brushing my lips. Taurus told me about it like a week ago. And I've started, and it's funny because I don't know, I've always brushed my lips, but I've always used the brush that they gave me and not like a toothbrush. I started using a toothbrush for my lips. And it's working. And you know, I will try the raspberries. I feel like that's a good idea. Yes, I brushed my lips. It's working. Shout out to that. So you love to see it. Thank you, B. I feel amazing. I'm B and I'm nice. I'm screaming. Yes, he's very nice. Anyways, you guys, if you're not just coming in, this is Self Care Sundays with me, Twix. I appreciate every single person who came in today. Shout out to my guests. Shout out to all the comments. Shout out to you guys keeping me company. Biz. If you guys would like to be a guest on my show, please hit me up. If you have any questions or comments about my show, always send me a message. I'm always interested in listening and talking to you guys about it. I will be ending this stream now, but I will be coming back to finish my self-care. Shout out to all the gifters. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll send you a message. Yes, please send me a message. I love messages. I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Come right back. Don't leave. Don't leave. Oh, but I'm leaving. But you stay. Goodbye.